Welcome back. All right. This game was bonkers. This game is why I love hockey. I love that there was a certain result we were going to see, and then hockey went, nope. I had already written Jets lead 2-1. I had already gone up, and I mean, my wife's a huge Jets fan, so I already gone up and told her at one point during this game, yeah, sorry, they just don't have it. And then they did. So, 100th playoff game in the career of Paul Stastny, who, of course, had his 1,000th regular season game towards the end of the season. And the whiteout, I thought, the seats, and I understand it's empty seats in Canada and all that. I thought the white looked nice. I thought it was cool. That was a nice touch that they did there. And yeah, so that was enjoyable. Smith saves a Stastny shot. Oilers then press. The Jets would press back. Smith makes saves there. Fast Oilers, or the first Oilers actual shot was at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. There were two for the Jets to that point in the game. McDavid was being triple covered again. Didn't work. So there's three Jets on McDavid. Didn't work. Draisaitl scores from Cuckoo and McDavid at 6:33. Where's this Slater Cuckoo come from? He actually was offensively pretty good tonight. And so for Draisaitl, he deked around Hellebuck. That's the way to beat him. Just go around him. And he made it look easy. The Oilers then press again after they get a power play. And then not long after that, they end up with a 5-on-3 for 46 seconds. The Jets absolutely under siege. And you don't give the Oilers a 5-on-3. They're going to score. And they do. Draisaitl from Yamamoto and McDavid at 9 minutes and 10 seconds. And I thought, this could get ugly. It's right there on the board. This could get ugly. It's 2-0. Almost halfway through the first. The Oilers are swarming. They're angry. They are very clearly not going down 3-0. They're going to fight this tooth and nail. The Oilers were making things tough for Hellebuck too. They were crashing the net a lot. They were getting a lot of traffic in front of the net. Things they didn't do enough of in the first two games. Jets finished off the kill, but over the 5-on-3 and the 5-on-4, they allowed 7 shots. So yeah, it was a shooting gallery out there. Larson was shot blocking as the Jets tried to answer. Forbort with a chance was saved. Forbort with a bunch of chances tonight. I don't know how many shots hit the net, but he seemed to be getting a lot of offensive opportunities tonight. Shots were 14-4 for the Oilers with 7 minutes left. It didn't really get better after that. Scheifele to Connor fails to connect. There was a late chance for Ellis that was broken up. The Jets would press with a minute and a half left. Smith made some saves and things get kind of scrummy before the horn. So, we go to the second period with the Oilers up 2-0 and really asserting themselves. McDavid had a fast break early. That was saved. Oilers press at 2 minutes. The Jets break out. Dubois passed to no one. So, an interesting strategy. Get the puck in their zone and then just, I guess he thought that, I think it was Ehlers he was trying to pass back to. It wasn't in the zone. Then there was another Oilers press at 4 minutes. Some desperate hockey so far for the Edmonton Oilers. A Forbort chances blocked. So again, Forbort getting a lot of time out there. Smith denies Appleton. Lewis had a chance that was blocked out by Larson. Ehlers had a near miss. There was a delay of game. The Jets go to the power play. So the Jets get their first power play. Oilers would kill that off. Dubois gets a chance after the power play was done. That was saved. Leads to a scrum after that. Bear then had a shot on a turnover, which was saved. And then Hellebuck denies McDavid. And again, it's 2-0. So these saves seem important, but you don't realize how important they're going to be until later on. There was a fast break chance for Scheifele. He misses high. Better period for the Jets, but they're down 2-0, and the shots really weren't at all in their favor, but it felt like they were playing better. Just the shots weren't telling you yet. Cassian's shot wouldn't go, but he was having a great game. First period, very prominent for all the right reasons. Cassian's had a tough year. So tonight it felt like things were finally turning around for him. First 40 minutes of this game were fantastic for Cassian. He put that on a resume. They'd be like, what about the third period? Wasn't there an overtime in that game? Oh, no, we just played the first 2 periods and that was it. Can I have the job? So the Jets weren't giving much space in the second half. But eventually the Oilers find some. McDavid had a break. He was denied. The Jets press. They draw a power play. And then minus a stick, there were saves by Smith. Now, during that penalty kill, the one thing that was interesting was that Kulikov tries to get the stick back to Smith, and Matthew Perreault gently nudges it away from Smith. So the power play marker is Ehlers from Dubois and Pionk at 17-13, and Smith didn't get his stick back. And he was distracted by trying to get his stick back, which is understandable, because when you're a goaltender, that is a huge part of being able to make saves. Nurse then tries to answer. It was his penalty that caused that power play goal. So there you go. And then Cassian does answer from Draisaitl and McDavid at 18-17, so it takes him a little over a minute to restore the 2-goal lead. Pionk tries to answer, Smith makes saves, but after 2 periods, it's 3-1 in favor of the Oilers. And it looks like they're going to bring this home. Early saves by Smith in the third. There was a home run pass to Kopp that fails to connect. And it was kind of a back and forth type thing until 4 minutes and 42 seconds into the period, Jujhar Khaira makes it 4-1 from Larson and Shore. So it's 4-1. And then right after that, the Oilers get a power play. They're up 4-1. They're getting a power play. Now what? Well, the Jets kill that power play off. Cassian then with a fast break. That was saved. Hellebuck stopped a chance for Cuckoo. Hellebuck then denies Nurse. There was a lot of denials going on by Hellebuck. And again, they're down 4-1. So watching this, you're thinking, man, Connor Hellebuck's trying. But, his team, it's just not there. It's just not going to happen. Well, at least they play game 4 tomorrow. They can try to bounce back tomorrow, right? Jets defense was ineffective versus McDavid so far. And then with 8:49 left, the Jets get a power play. Again, they're down by 3 goals. 8:49 left. And it was the Connor McDavid show. He had, an assist here, an assist here. So 3 points for both he and Draisaitl. That's usually a recipe for a victory. But on the power play, Perreault scores from Kopp and Dubois at 11:41. And you could see how much that fired up Perreault. He went crazy. It fired up the Jets bench. And yes, if there'd been a crowd there, it would have fired them up too. Connor then had a near miss right after. Should not have had that opportunity. Like, seriously, all I could think was, okay, the Oilers' defense has been good all night. Where were they on that? Because Connor totally can bury it from there. There's a home run pass to Dubois that almost connects. And then at 14:28, Wheeler on a rebound off of a great chance from Morrissey. Scheifele with the other assist at 14:28. Wheeler makes it a 4-3 game. And it's like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? I'm watching the game down here. Yvonne's watching it upstairs. And I yelled up the stairs, what's going on? She's, I don't know. So, because, again, up until that 4-2 goal, Winnipeg looked like they were done. It's 16 seconds later, Morrissey scores from Lowry. So in 3 minutes and 3 seconds, the Oilers have lost a 3-goal lead. It's now 4-4. And Morrissey from Lowry was a nice goal. The Oilers then did try to answer. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins absolutely tried to beast mode it in those last 5 minutes. He was out there doing everything he could to put it in the net. The problem was Hellebuck, looking at the scoreboard, went, oh, all right, I got this. So the Jets finally clear it after a big press by the Oilers. Draisaitl then blocks a Lowry shot. There was another Ryan Nugent-Hopkins shot that was saved. Heavy pressure by the Oilers. The Jets finally do get the puck. And in the last minute of the period, the Jets are the ones getting chances. So you go to overtime, and it's a stunner. Absolute stunner going to overtime. Early chances for the Jets in the overtime. Yamamoto was then denied when he was in alone. Lowry, they had his line up against McDavid's. That started in the third period. First 2 periods, they were going strength versus strength, the same as they had done in the first 2 games, where it was the Scheifele line versus McDavid, and then they realized, we got to change things up. So Paul Maurice had the Lowry line out there, who seemed to have better luck against McDavid. Khaira had a shot that was kicked out. Kopp defended on Draisaitl. Kopp had a really nice overtime. He was set up in front, but it went to his wrong hand. So he was trying to get around to get the puck, but it was kind of behind him, and it was just awkward, so he wasn't able to get a handle on it. Connor then loses the puck on a rush. Stastny had a backhand that went wide, and when it's overtime and you see these opportunities just being missed, you're thinking, man, that could really come back to haunt him. So Ennis missed in front of the Jets net. Kopp was then denied. Scheifele's denied, and again, we were getting great rush chances both ways. This didn't feel like a game that was going to go to double or triple overtime. It just didn't feel like it had that kind of energy. This was a game that was going to be ended in the first 10 minutes. And at 9:13, it's Ehlers. He's back. From Stastny, gets his second goal of the game, and the team goes absolutely nuts. So they win it 5-4 in overtime. Yep, The Jets go up 3-0, and Game 4 is tomorrow. The Jets can eliminate the Oilers tomorrow. We could have half the teams done with their first-round opponents by tomorrow night. And I really think, keep an eye on it, the NHL will probably speed things up. If we see rounds getting ended early, they'll just go ahead and schedule games earlier for the next round. So keep an eye on that. But for the Jets, huge comeback win. This is the most... I'm trying to think of another comeback win for the Jets that's of this nature, but this was crazy. And for the Oilers, it is hard to live this one down. This is the kind of loss that sticks. 17-7, they outshot them in the first. They outshot the Jets 13-11 in the second. Then the Jets outshoot them 12-11 in the third. Both teams had 7 shots in the overtime. Final shots 48-37 for the Oilers. Power plays, Oilers 1 for 3, Jets 2 for 3. The hits 47-32 in favor of Winnipeg. Block shots 20-13 in favor of the Oilers. Smith saves 32 out of 37. He had a good game, and then the Jets just came back. Hellebuck saves 44 out of 48. And all those really important looking saves at 4-1 down became more important than we knew. When they came back, they tied it, and then they won it. So, incredible showing by the Winnipeg Jets in this. And it definitely looks like, unless the Oilers can win 4 in a row, the Jets could very well move on to the next round. Fascinating stuff, these playoffs. And again, for the Oilers, they've now lost, I think this is 10 out of 12 they've lost in terms of playoff games. So we'll see what happens in tomorrow's game. Let me know your thoughts regarding this game in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.